And then the incident assignment, patrol perimeter, as I mentioned. Additional qualifications, this is important. They are sworn officers, so they have powers of arrest, which, for example, a regular administrator or a fire personnel won't have that, and that's important to know for an accountability standpoint. And then I figured that it might be prudent to know blood type and allergies. Anything with first responders, they are more susceptible to injury that might need, let's say, a blood transfusion or a certain medication, and you might need to know if they're allergic, that sort of thing. So those are things we want to be privy to. One other I will mention real quick on this is I forgot this column here. It says ST or TF. And speaking in class last week, we were kind of struggling on what that means. It stands for strike team or task force. And this is kind of nebulous, the difference between the two, but think of a strike team as being kind of physically oriented. They go in, they handle materials, they do the work, they lock down a perimeter, they evacuate people, things that are hands-on. A task force is a bit more administrative and thought-oriented. So police would be a strike team, the hazmat crew would be a strike team, and water sampling, air sampling would be more of a task force. I'll jump down one more here to public works. That is also a team. The category is public works as defined by FEMA. The resource that the scenario gives us is a dump truck. This is a strike team because, again, they're going to be doing physically oriented activities. Noah Wade is the leader. There's only 2 people there, so Noah and one other with him from a different jurisdiction in Central City. And the incident assignment that they're going to be delegated is material transport and removal. That's what a dump truck is for. So kind of use some common sense there as well. And the additional information we might want to know, well, what's the weight limit of the dump truck? How much can it carry? And what kind of gas does it use? Probably diesel, but there are things that run on natural gas as well, mean petroleum. And what gas level is it at? That's something we might want to know, because as Scott spoke to, you can get in a bind if you don't have the right resources that are prepped to work then and now. And lastly, on this list here is a hazmat team, and the agency is the state of Colorado, so they are from the state, not necessarily from the jurisdiction where the derailment occurred. They are a team as well. They are type 3, and on the FEMA resource tool, as I was looking through the types, I was like, well, how do I decide which type this is? And I kind of arbitrarily chose type 3, but my point is that as the hazmat team, or whichever resource that you're looking at, gets more advanced, it goes up in type. And in this case, they mentioned having the ability to read alpha and beta testing, so something to do with nuclear radioactivity, or to not only identify a chemical, but actually handle it as well. So if it was a simpler hazmat team that could just identify a chemical but not actually do something about it, or they couldn't do the alpha beta testing and all this tech stuff, that might be a type 1. Mason Bell is the leader of that. This is quite a large crew, so it's Mason plus 6 others at 7. The home unit is Kingston, so again, another jurisdiction. I figured they'd be showing up in vans, SUVs, that sort of thing, because they're going to have to lock the material down, and their assignment is hazmat cleanup. Material handling is something that they can do, similar to how a law enforcement officer has powers of arrest that fire personnel doesn't. Hazmat material team can handle these dangerous materials, whereas you and I, or a police officer or an administrator, is not qualified to do so. And similarly, we might want to know their blood type and allergies as well, because in this case, they're also considered first responders. And Parker, over to you for the review of the concepts. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you, Michael. Give me 1 second. Alright, so for my part of the assignment, I will be going over the important pieces of information that are missing from the provided 211 form. So it is crucial to have all the information organized and ready to be explained or described to others that are also involved in the situation.